Hello everyone, and welcome to Raw, where we give you things exactly as they are from the perspective of an unapologetic Arab woman. So today we'll be speaking about a topic that is very relevant to all ages and something that we have been through at all phases of our lives, whether it was adolescence, teenhood, adulthood, and it's about crushes and how to deal with your crush and when to let the fantasy element of a crush go. So when we speak about crushes, we speak about someone that we fantasize about and that we like. When I speak to myself, I say like, this is the person that I dream of. Like, this is someone I really like and someone I've always wanted to speak to and hang out with. But what is it like when you get the chance to hang out with your crush and reality doesn't actually meet expectation? So you just go out and you hang out with them and you have imagined that this is going to be great, we're going to have fun, I'm going to meet the love of my life, and then you're like, this is not what I signed up for. Or when they're sitting and when you're talking, they just say something like wildly romantic, and you're like, are you okay? I've known you for like 30 minutes, what's going on? Or they say something like ridiculously stupid, and you'll be like, I think this is not gonna work out for me. And there are times when you get the chance to hang out with your crush and you're just thinking with yourself, like, this is perfect, like, this is what I've always fantasized about. And you start thinking about the happily ever after. So first, let's identify the difference between a crush and a prospect. So a crush is someone that you have, that you like, and they're living in your mind, and it's all for you, and you're thinking about it, and you're like building this love castle in your head, and you don't actually do anything about it. You don't take action towards telling that someone that you like them. But a prospect is someone who you have a crush on, and you're trying to find ways that you're going to tell them that you're interested in them. And at a lot of times, a crush can turn into a prospect, and sometimes a crush doesn't turn into a prospect once you learn more about them. So a crush is someone who you build ideas about in your own mind without them knowing. So it's very liberating and it's free. For example, I study filmmaking, and sometimes we spend 14 hours or so on set. And when you're working for this amount of time, it's really nice to have that someone who you're attracted to, and you're trying to position yourself around them, and you're dressing all nice on set. Although in real life, you don't necessarily feel like you're attracted to that person, but on set, like, they're the most attractive person for you. And this is a crush. When you find yourself taking decisions and actions towards telling that person that you're interested in them, well, there's a shift. And you should know that there are different options that will happen in this case. And the first option is that this crush could have stayed a crush and should have stayed a crush because they end up ruining it. So I'm going to speak about a personal experience which I think a lot of girls will relate to. So I've had this guy follow me on social media, and when I actually entered this guy's profile to see his picture, to see if I know him or not, I felt like he's attractive, and I checked his profile. He speaks about interesting stuff, and he posts interesting stuff, and we have mutual friends. But then I thought, like, I never accept people that I don't know on my social media. So I left this hanging there, and then after a week or so, I thought to myself, like, why don't I give this guy a try? Because I've had a lot of my friends try and speak to people online and date people and hang out with people that they knew online. And they've had like healthy relationships, and so I accepted this guy's request, and guess who pops into my DMs the second day? Mr. Crush. So we started chatting, and we started to get to know each other more. But this guy, like, he had this teeny tiny little flaw, and it was like this guy couldn't actually build a real conversation. Like, we used to speak of something. He used to ask me a question, and then I used to answer the question, you know, natural conversation. But then he would take up to 3 years to talk to me again. And when he used to come and he wants to just continue the conversation, he didn't used to speak from where we left off. He would open up another conversation. He would speak of things that I'm not even interested in. But I thought, like, I'm gonna give this guy another chance, and like, that's fine, you know. And I thought to myself, like, I don't want to speak with a virtual person. I want to know this person. I want to see this person. So I thought, like, I'm going to meet him. He asked me out, and I was like, okay, where do you want to meet? And, you know, we're again with a teeny little issue that he didn't used to answer, like, where do you want to meet? Like, that's not my thing to say, you know. You asked me out, so tell me, where do you want to meet? At what time? And so he didn't used to answer this question, and he let the conversation flow. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be available in this day, at that time, in this place. You want to come? Welcome, you know. Guess who doesn't show up? That guy. Well, I took my stuff, I went back home, and I took a nap. I had nothing to do, but you know, you had to set a date for a guy like that. And I took my nap. Then when I woke up, I found my dad sitting on the couch waiting for me to wake up. Like, he was like, didn't you have that date with that guy? Like, you wanted to see that guy today? How did it go? I was like, this happened. And then he looked at me and he was like, it's okay. Then I looked at my mom. She was shaking her head like, Mama, قلت لك هول الرجال كلهم مثل بعضهم. And then my dad was in the corner just looking at her like, are you serious? And I was like, it's okay. I mean, it's an experience, you know. So later that day, I checked my phone and I see that this guy messaged me like, hi, how are you? How was your day? Like, he wanted to open up a normal conversation, like, are you normal? Like, bro, you're already blocked. If back then I knew that these little reasons are there to help me know if I should have kept this person a crush and shouldn't give him my valuable time and shouldn't go out with him and get to know him and even chat with him because he's not worth my time. So I'm telling you this to help you not slipping into a level where you're heartbroken. And I've had a lot of my girlfriends coming to me and telling me like, hey Jana, I'm heartbroken and this guy did this and this guy did that, but I love him. So don't trick yourself into thinking like that this person is deeply in love with me and being blind, completely blind about what he did to you and about his flaws. No, I mean, I'm here to save you time, energy, and a heartache. So if you're watching or listening right now and you're heartbroken, and you probably are because you reached this far. No, I'm kidding, but really, use these informations that I've given you to help you into approaching a new crush and not being afraid of stepping into a new relationship, stepping a new experience, regardless of the mistakes and the experiences that you've been through. You know what? Just open your crush's DMs right now and message them. Just tell them that you're interested. Tell them you like them. You know, that's not wrong. And guess what? I'm going to do another episode later on to tell you how you can approach your crush and speak to them in a way that you don't sound crazy or weird. So stay tuned for that. Bye.